Good morning everyone, welcome back to the stream. So we are level 45 today, participating in the Ironman challenge, making sure all my sounds and settings are up. Alright, so as we do normally, we're going to get right into this and let's go ahead and get into the rules here. Let's pull this up real quick. So, as the rules go, there is no dying. No gear above white quality, grays are okay. No gear enchants, no talents, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no hellstones. No joining groups or raids, no entering dungeons or raids. No food buffs, no XP boosting activities such as recruit a friend, XP potions, monk ratios, all that. No pet battles, no shoes, no shirt, no service, no bodyguards referring to warlords or legion. And last but not least, no professions except for first aid. Let's see, let's go ahead and log in actually and see where we're going first. I think we are definitely still in the Eastern Plaguelands, and we had a couple close calls last, I think it was yesterday morning, and we're going to try to avoid that this time around. I debated pretty heavily whether or not to stay in Western Plaguelands and finish it out or head to the Badlands. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So if we look at the map now, I am level 45. Eastern Plaguelands go from level 40 to 45. And then we want to go to the Badlands if for no other reason than to get that high level gun. We'll actually come back to that topic later as far as white items and how you get them, where you get them, and whatnot. So let's take a look at Kalimdor. So Winter Spring is going to take us from 50 to 55. Silithus is 55 to 60. Tarnaris is 45 to 50. I would kind of prefer to do Tarnaris over Badlands, but getting to Tarnaris, or getting a quest to go over there, is a little difficult, because what I don't want to do is run by this faction camp in Fairless, and the only other option I see of getting there is to run through the equally dangerous area of Northern and then Southern Barrens. There's a lot of horde activity over there, so I don't want to run by that and get one-shotted. Duskwallow Marsh, I don't think there's a boat from, I don't know if there's a boat from Stormwind. I know from Stormwind you can go to, where can you go to? Is it Northrend? Northrend and Darnassus. But then we'd have to go through Thousand Needles, which isn't, might not be too bad. The question would be, how do we get from there to there? So, yeah, I think, unless something happens that there's a path available that I'm not aware of, we might be stuck on in the Eastern Kingdoms. Let's see. So, I think we're starting to get to a level where we can handle mobs here. You just have to be extremely careful as normal. And then we'll move to the Badlands, and then what is this here? Sawzone. Is that Swamp of Sorrows? Alright. Yeah, there's a pretty large camp near Swamp of Sorrows, so I have to definitely be careful of that. And then Blasted Lands. Okay. Alright, so that's kind of the idea. I think we're staying in the Eastern Kingdoms. That it's a little bit more mixed zones than I like, because in Winter Spring you know, everybody kind of just goes to Everlook. And then in Felwood, no, Felwood's not a bad option actually. I forgot all about that. I know there's a horde camp. I want to say it's somewhere on the perimeter right here. Like, you wouldn't have to worry too much about it. And the questing's pretty dense, so that might not be a bad option. And that is what level was that? 45 to 50? We might go there next, actually. Or after we go to the Badlands and get our gun. I don't know. I might not even get the gun. I've focused so much on it, I think that thing might be the death of me. Alright, so, that being said, let's get right into this and see if... Let's make an aggressive goal of 50 today, maybe. Hopefully. So we need to run, I think, as this was going, we needed to run to Fiona's camp. So we're going to do things the traditional way. I was going to say we'll take a path, but in the Western Plaguelands, I think the paths can be just as dangerous as the not staying on the path. Alright, so before we get started, let's run back in there. Let's get safe first. We gotta go through our bags and make sure everything's emptied out. I should do this at the end of the runs, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna sell. I'm gonna hang on to that bone dust for a little bit longer. I think I've already done the quest that requires it, but alright, so, and if I remember right, that's a 14 slot bag for 12 gold. How many slot bags do I have? 10 slots. Huh. I'm not going to be buying anything until I get my flying, which is in the outland. Oh, what the hell? Is it unique? Nice. We're off to a good start today. Lots of bag space. Yep, I'll take that. Take that. Alright, we got plenty of bag space now. So, let's go ahead and put this stuff down here. Put our food over here. And we'll save our bags for when we put them in the bank. So back down to 21 gold. Not that it really matters for a little while. Why is that rocket available? Okay, let's not mess with that. That's a good way to end this run. Alright, so we went over the rules. Let's close that out. And then... okay, so that wasn't the rules. Let's close out the rules now. And put chat where it's easily visible. Do a pop out chat. Put this back. All right, we are on our way. I think we're going to head to Fiona's caravan first. Yep. Let's get off this. All right, so we are back with the adventures of Qyune and Sam. I think should be. I know yesterday I almost died because I was not on the path, but kind of hate taking the path just to avoid that. So we're going to cut across here. Maybe we won't run into too much trouble. We'll just kill stuff along the way. That way there's not too much of a risk of dying to anything outrageous or getting swampland mobs. So, and it's XP, so this is the Ironman challenge, so that won't hurt too much. Now, I think I did do a little bit of research as far as the zones and where faction camps may be. I don't think there's anything that's strictly Horde in the Eastern Plagueland, so I'm hoping I don't have to kind of worry about getting one-shotted. I know you can get to the Ghostlands from here, so I'll try to avoid that area, but I think for the most part, the only thing we need to really worry about is disconnections and obtain the body of Warlord Threshin. Disconnections and maybe WoW crashes. I did get DC'd earlier when I was getting ready, so hopefully the computer's got that out of its system now. Alright, so find Borogor and the northern waste of that area. I'm going to turn this in here. Turn this in as well. And then kill Ixlar, the Underlord, and 10 of his minions. We can do that. Go ahead and grab this flight path. And then this guy. Obtain 30 Mossflare eyes from Mossflare trolls in Zul Mashar. Alright, so let's just work our way north then. So if there's anything we learned, 1013 crit. If there's anything we learned yesterday was that I'm not going to take too many chances with regards to skipping mobs, because I think that was normally I don't try to skip mobs, but it can just escalate really quickly here. Now I want to say yesterday I saw someone actually lose the Ironman challenge because they had a bunch of respawns just pop up and kill them here. So what I'm going to do is kind of hang around the perimeter. I don't want to be all of a sudden jumped, so we do have to kill 10 of these guys. And it looks like Islar is going to make a circle, so we're going to go in the opposite direction around the camp, so that when he comes to us, we'll just back up a little bit and kill whatever's near us at that time, or we'll have room to be able to kill him without killing anything that's near us. I think I've said it a couple times, but it seems like the Ironman challenge is more of a balance of luck and skill versus solely skill. I think it is one of the hardest challenges to do in the game, but I think there's a significant amount of luck that goes into it, just for the fact that you're so susceptible to DCs, WoW crashes, computer crashes, I don't think most people die to just straight up fighting mobs. It can happen, and you know, people can definitely get careless because you do have to have a little bit of higher level of an attention span the entire time you're going through this. But you know, if you make it to 110, are you the most skilled player? No, definitely not. I think that's just a little bit, you know, you definitely there is some skill set, not to take away from it for those that have achieved this, but to deny that there's any part of luck involved, I don't think that would be 100% genuine. So we're gonna let Islar slide from behind these two guys because I don't want to pull all three, and I am also going to just get this guy from around here. We'll heal up Sam, and then we'll wait for the show to start. And Bestial Wrath, and we're gone. So we're going to heal up Sam, or give Sam a heal. Send in all the dire beasts, and done. Okay, so let's go ahead and snipe that guy out of there. There we go. We'll get this guy. The reason I'm not going in there is I did see someone die just because they had a bad luck with respawns. So I'm going to try to just be a little cautious in what I do here. Now, I also need to kind of keep an eye from behind me because Islar did patrol through this direction, so let's just go ahead and clear this out. And then we're going to... Alright, so that's bugged. That's awesome. Let's get Sam off of that. Stop shooting that. Heal up Sam, see if... Alright, so we're out of... Ooh. Stay away from the plague hound. That seems like that's gonna go south. So the plague hound is in the tree, evidently. This is Borogor. Alright. This is where we're supposed to kill him. If I remember from pre-Kata, I think he just travels this little trough or ravine or whatever you want to call it. Yep, there he is. So let's see. Let's let him get a little bit closer and kind of watch our surroundings. Close enough, right? Alright, let's do this. Kind of keep an eye out for what's around us, and hot damn, heal Sam. Alright, so let's res Sam actually. Next up, we need to head to this area. Now hopefully, since it's in the early AM, there's not too many players causing respawns and coming through here before I do. It just adds a layer of difficulty to it. Get Sam back up. And I guess that's the pathway over there, so we'll kill the monstrous plague bat and keep going. Now, something I thought about the other day was whether or not the use of the auction house was against the terms of the rules, should I say. And someone had asked, you know, are handouts legal or illegal? And to be honest, I have a hard time. I don't think you should use them, but that's just a personal opinion. I don't think that there's necessarily any way of tracking whether or not a person's gone out of their way to get something or they got a lucky deal, especially when it comes to gold or quest rewards. Sorry, gold or white items. Because my initial line of thought was that I'm not going to mess with the auction house because I'm not going to accept handouts or whatnot, or most people shouldn't, just because it seems a bit unfair. And you know, while that's solely just my opinion, the he'll Sam up here. The base. Oh my goodness! What is? Oh, I'm running over the graveyard. Holy shit! Okay, all right. So let's. First, we're going to. All right, so we're gonna let Sam die. Sam is running to me. Why are you doing that? All right, so I'm gonna use a heal, and then I want to heal Sam, and then let's just finish this guy off. So running on the graveyards is a bad thing. Let's heal Sam and let's just kind of camp out here. But you know, going back to what I was saying, as far as the items go and receiving handouts versus actually going through and getting the items yourself, I just don't think there's any sound way to guarantee it. So that being said, I don't think it's necessarily against the rule. So let's say, for example, we say nobody's allowed handouts. You can only use the auction house to get your items at the very least, or you can only buy your items from a vendor. There's no one to really say that, hey, did player A sell to player B for a cheaper price? You know, did he sell, say, did someone sell me a gun for 50 silver? Whereas if you get it from the vendor, it's maybe 3 gold or something. You know, there's no real way to check that. Likewise, even if nobody sent me anything, who's to say someone doesn't have a high level alt and just mail the person theirs. Oh shit, these graveyards are gonna get the death of me. There's just no way to track whether or not you've been gifted a white item or a gray item, either from yourself or from another player. Okay, so that graveyard just spawned underneath me. So that being said, even though I won't be taking gifts or anything like that, I don't see it as being against the rules, because there's really just no real way to enforce it. I mean, if given the difficulty to get the BKP 42 gun, which from what I understand, the only accessible seller for someone is in the Badlands, which is a zone from 44 to 48. You know, if they're level 31 and they have it, you know, there's a good sign that maybe they shouldn't have, maybe they've been helped. But again, there's no there's no real way to prove it. So all that just to say is I don't think getting handouts from other players or sending yourself stuff as alts is necessarily against the rules. I just think it takes from the challenge a little bit. So I won't be doing it, but you know, if someone wanted to do that to give themselves an edge, you know, it's not really much you can say since it's not against the rules, I suppose. Alright, so now that we've cleared out just about every 6,600 health. Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna heal Sam up, kind of keep an eye out behind us. He's hitting Sam really hard, but he went down quick, so perfect. That's done. You ready to part with? When you're ready to part with Vex Tool, throw Warlord into the bonfire top. Alright, so we are throwing bodies in bonfires in typical troll fashion. And Sam cannot get over there, so I do need to actually do this pretty quick because I don't want that named mob to spawn, because he had a ton of health, and I think that would be pretty difficult to come. And I can't disengage because that's potentially an instant death. So let's throw the body up here and get the hell out. Turn that in, and that's done. Yeah, let's go. This place is a death trap. Look at all those graveyards. I see that shit now. Alright, so we're just run more so over here. Normally I try not to run around at low health, but I do just kind of want to get out of this area because respawns are starting to happen. So let's kind of do this as safe as possible. Why is he running that way? Oh shit, he's letting other guys know. Okay. Let's heal Sam up. Let's finish this guy off. Oh shit. Alright, we're gonna heal. Jesus Christ. Alright, close that down. Stop running around, for one. Okay. Let's just stand here and enjoy the moment. We are alive. I cannot wait to get out of the zone. Jesus. At least get Sam up to a full health. Those graveyards are a nasty trick. Oh, I have a curse. Do I? Why is my health going down? Alrighty. I think it's time to use this food. Does it give a buff just to make sure? Restores X amount of health. Must remain. Okay, well, let's use that then. That's the second time I've had to actually eat. Alright, back in business. So food is alright to use, it just can't provide you any sort of buff. I did not see him. I don't know if he was in that area with me or what, but I didn't see him. Okay. Cannot shoot him until here. Alright, so is that everything? We just gotta go back and turn in? Nice. So we're going to try to avoid Ixlar because I know he does come in this direction. And we got that grub over there. So we'll leave that alone. Iskar, yep, he just spawned, it sounds like. Or he's been engaged in combat. So either way, we'll leave him alone. We already killed him. Let's just see if we can get near the road. Get to the road. Alrighty, so complete this quest, complete this one. Yep, we killed Ixlar, so I'll take whatever you got, even though I can't use any of it. And let's see. Search for Qyune gold braids in Northdale. Was there another quest? Report to... No, I guess not. I thought we did 4 quests. Maybe it's too early in the morning. Qyune's prayer book is right over there, so let's do that. So we're gonna go straight that way. Was there... Yeah, there's a little lake, so... Okay. Let's just go ahead and clear a path in that direction. I still can't believe I'm only, what is this? At the time, less than 30 minutes into the stream and less than 50% health. That's insane. This has by far been the most difficult zone that I've done this challenge in. I don't know if I had any other class. You know, I don't know if the hunter makes this zone difficult because of how densely populated it is. And it definitely may fall back to playstyle, but I typically bounce around a lot as my hunter, and I'm just moving, and sometimes really for no good reason, but I think that's how a lot of hunters play, and that might just be an additional inherent risk of the class. So I don't need to mess with that thing. Plague Monstrosity. Probably have to kill these later, so we'll make our way around without messing with them. So yeah, I'm gonna just run back there at this point. There's no reason to mount up for such a short distance in between mobs. Alright, so interlooper. Let's go ahead and we do have to go through a small town, which seems a little unfortunate. Unless we go around the back. We could do that, but looks like they've already put enough mobs back there to cover that. So I still am gonna do it just because I feel like mobs within a town or city or buildings or cave typically spawn faster than those out in the open. So with that being said, we'll just play it safe and kill these guys off. Which I think a lot of that is essentially what the Ironman challenge is kind of preemptively setting up your pathway and understand what you need to do exactly. So Qyune's prayer book is that way, so we'll just, I said all that and now I'm going into town. So looks like mobs, I don't know which ones call interloopers call for help, so that's dangerous. Yep, that's what you have to be aware of. So let's give Sam a minute to heal up. The book is kind of like right there, but I'm going to kill this thing first because normally, a lot of times when I've found stuff and clicked stuff in this zone, something spawned on it, so we'll just make sure. Alright, so better safe than sorry. See how far we can ride back before running into respawns. At this point, I don't really think it's worth looking for rare spawns, because generally I'm getting anywhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 4K experience for them, and while that's, you know, decent, I think it's faster just to kind of stick to the quest line and progress from storyline to storyline. Ooh, this is Ixlar's area, so let's move away. Moving away. He can have it. So if you've been watching from day one, Shadow Meld has saved me quite a bit. So it's really kind of narrowing my choices as far as what classes to pick next. I think it's based mostly, I'm going to base it off of race. Hop in Fiona's Cavern and ride to the North Pass Tower. Okay, is that what this is? Nobody to blame. Okay, yeah. Because previously, I was debating whether or not to try a warlock, or warlock or paladin, but I think I'll go the route of a monk, maybe. Now, I've ridden in this caravan. This is the 3rd time, and I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen mobs chase me or whatnot, because I can still attack if I wanted to. So, I don't know. They are, you probably can't see it because of my image overlay, but they have a little bit of RP going in the caravan, none of which I'm reading, just because I'm trying to look out for what's around me. But if I come back out here again, I might just kind of read it. I would kind of, maybe one day when I had the time, just kind of actually read through these quests and, you know, actually enjoy all the work that Blizzard's put into it. But as of now, I'm either always in a rush to get to the max level, or I'm doing some sort of achievement or whatever else. But maybe that's a something Blizzard on their end may want to consider working out, is, you know, what's a good way to kind of provoke players to watch or get involved in the, what do you want to call it, the lore of the game. Alright, so beat down at least 6 Scourge siege engines. Alright. Kill 9 Wretched at, alright, let's see if I can say this. Kel Lithium? Kel Lithium. Okay, Kel Lithium. And let's pick up the flight path we can mount. Speak to Packmaster Stonebruiser. That is a busy name, Packmaster Stonebruiser. Is he around here? A city under siege. Okay, no, we're not doing that one, because we're not going in that zone. The rule says not to complete a dungeon. I don't think it says anything about going in, but again, better safe than sorry, especially when you only have 1 life. So let's go ahead and kill 9 of these guys, and then we'll move over and do whatever we need to do over there. So we'll save that paladin, even though she's more geared than I am. Let's go ahead and, oh, there's that other quest. I missed it. Ooh, a rare spawn. Lucky. I could, is that a dog? No, that's a person. I was gonna say I could tame it, but why? Get, how much experience am I gonna get? 3,600. So, you know, like half quest worth. Okay, what do you want? Obtain a patch of Duskwing's fur. Okay, so we're looking for, I guess he's over here. I'm gonna finish what I was killing over here, and then we'll worry about Duskwing. So that paladin was coming over just over from here, so I'm gonna just assume I'm in a highly volatile area with regards to, what is it, respawns. Huh. Do I want to go mess with that? Well, here we go. I kind of sense that they want us to kill 9 to get close to this building so that they can kind of introduce a new quest. Normally it seems like the quest design doesn't revolve around, hey, run to this zone, okay, do that, now come back, now go back to that same spot and do this. And they kind of do actually, but it's not excessive. You know, if it is that style, it's usually go kill a bunch of lobbies. Okay, so why are they there? Now go back and kill the main guy, or main reason why they are there. So that's generally how that goes. But fortunately, I don't see too many respawns, so that's kind of nice. I guess I'll go straight over here and finish up this little quest spot. And let's see. Alright, so let's be careful here. Scourge Siege Engineer. We are getting to a point within this zone where we're hitting them, sometimes two-shotting them. So I think when I first came in, there was no chance in hell of that happening. But why? Okay. But now it seems like this is a bit more manageable, so long as I don't have any graves to walk across. And all right, so done. And so what we'll do is we'll turn these in and see where they lead us next and go kill. I'm wondering if the only reason I didn't go south beforehand is that I'm kind of reserving that in case these follow-ups have us go south. That way we kind of do it all in one swing. So we've beat it out of them. 46. Here we go, guys. Moving up. Find Tauren Sunstrike. Terranar. Tauren. Terranar Sunstrike. And Plaguewood Tower. Okay. And then for you, so they are pushing us to go in this mess, which is not something I've been really looking forward to. That's kind of a hot spot to lose the Ironman challenge, so we should be alright. I'm gonna try to do it, and if there's any avatar based quests, maybe I'll let those go, because those can one shot you more than anything else. So let's go see. Oh, Dustwing moves around, so let's. He's coming around. Oh, it's way up there. Okay. Okay, I get it. So I'm supposed to use a flare here. So let's go ahead and clear this place completely out. Because if there's anything that'll kill us here, it's anything moving. I've got a curse on me. No, I don't. Is that a disease? That's a disease. Oh, Twyla, how you doing? Have you ever seen a warrior in cloth dual-wielding staves? No, I haven't actually. Is that something you're doing, or? Because I can honestly say I've never seen that. That's kind of funny. Alright, so we'll kill that guy. Get Qyune. I get Sam. Get him some health. Yes, I have a warrior in cloth dual wielding staffs. Nice. Is that the Ironman challenge, or are you just doing that for the heck of it? So let's kill this one last guy here, and then we will shoot off that flare and kill Dustwing. Alright, so I'm gonna get out of this spot and slow him down right off the rip. Just for fun? Okay. So have you attempted the Ironman, or is it just more fun to kind of watch other people? Because I did find myself kind of getting addicted to YouTube yesterday, I think it was, where I was watching people and the latest streams and whatnot, and this one girl lost her shaman, I think right at level 59. I felt so bad for her, because I'm at level 46, and my play time is, what is it here? 20 hours. So I'm at just over 20 hours. So I can imagine she's, you know, put in a day or more of work to get to level 60, only to be one-shotted by a faction mob. So I can't use those, and that's done. So how about make a live stream? Okay, so yeah, believe it or not, I've been doing this for just over a week, and this is my first attempt at live streaming in general, as well as the Ironman. So there is a little bit of a learning curve. Like, you know, you need to download what's called OBS to kind of, for lack of better terms, facilitate your video into whatever network you're streaming to. So you know, for me, I struggled a lot with my sound, so there's just a general learning curve of understanding the new terminology, the new tools and whatnot. So so I'm gonna kill as much as I can going in. These guys, I hate this area. There's everything behind everything, so we'll just be super careful here. But yeah, going back to the stream, it's not bad. It's really not. If you have the hardware, and even if you don't, you can usually get away with you know, a little bit lower quality, just because it's streamed. I don't think most streams are, well, I may not say that, because I'm just that might not be true. I was going to say most streams don't stream at as high quality as they could, but people have some pretty powerful equipment, so I won't say that. But yeah, no, this is my first go at it as well, and you know, overall it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing this stream, and streaming as well as doing the Ironman challenge, because it's just a little bit more fun to talk through it a little bit, as well as... Okay, so that's probably a quest, so I'm not going to mess with those guys. Talk through it, as well as actually do the Ironman challenge. So, alright, so I'm just going to stay on the road here and work my way to the quest giver. But take that guy out. But no, in general, this has been really fun. In fact, I've kind of pushed back playing my main a good bit just so I can stream this. Usually in the mornings I go through and get all my artifact power and do all that kind of stuff, you know, the daily world quests and whatnot. So but this zone's been very challenging, but in general it's been really fun. Alright, so we made it to the quest giver, it looks like. I think the last time I've been in this area was before Cataclysm. You said OSD? No, OBS. Omega, Bravo, and what is S? I don't know, we'll say Sam. My pet, Sam. Kill Omasun, Blighthoof, and Karthus, Darkroom. So, ooh, 3 quests, nice. I say that now, might regret that here in a few. Alright, so it looks like we need to just go everywhere. So we'll start with the name mobs. Let's go ahead and go in these, I think they're called Ziggurats? Zaggurats? I don't know, but is there a pathway to them? To the entrance? But yeah, in short, OBS is pretty much you download it and then you use that to kind of pull different programs into that program, and it pretty much kind of combines it all into one, and then sends out the stream to YouTube or Twitch or you know, wherever you're streaming to. Evidently there's a ton of them out there. I don't know them all. I think there's like over 30. I'm gonna try and get it and start it live. Yeah, go for it. That ought to be pretty good. That'll be fun. Let me know when you do, and I'll watch it with you. If it's your first Ironman, you know, obviously do what you want as far as your class and combination spec, but I have to say Night Elf has saved me twice. I almost died yesterday, and I almost died this morning because I stepped on too many graveyards. So your get out of jail free card is definitely the Shadow Meld. Okay, that's Darkroom. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so that's a quest item. Necromancer. I don't think I have any reason to go in there and kill her. But I do need to go over to the other... I'm kind of curious if it's called a Ziggurat or Zaggurat. I think it's Ziggurat, but I'm not sure. Alright, so we're going to work our way around this one. Is it open broadcast software? You know what? I think that is it, actually. And a lot of the guides that I looked into, especially on YouTube, I think there's 2 different variations. One's an original version, and then the other one's a studio version. The only one I found available was the studio version, which I think that's just the most recent. Maybe it's more condensed and they had a lot more, it has a lot more capability. I really don't know the exact reasons, but you do want to find a more recent video to kind of walk you through the studio version, because the original and the studio do have different settings. So when they tell you how to do something, it's not the same click path. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use Bestial Wrath here. Ooh, I don't want that. Go ahead and give them all of our Dire Beast. Oh, I think we picked up an item we need to turn in. That might progress us or give us another quest. Or that might have just been the quest item, actually. Yeah, that does give us another quest. Search for Qyune gold braids within the slaughterhouse in Central Plaguewood. That is not a good sign. If you want to find anything in the slaughterhouse. Twilight, thank you, sir. Welcome aboard. Oh, you gonna be alright? Alright. Let me know how it works out for you, because there's a little bit of learning curve I had to overcome. I should have killed this guy first. Give Sam a heal. So I think the entrance to this monstrosity is on the other side. So let's clear our way around ever so carefully. And I'm going to make a quick note here. 1 second. Alright, and we are back in business. Was he named? No. Alright. Overstuffed golem. Yeah, I can imagine from all the previous Ironman challengers, this has been a... Oh shit. What's this? Okay. You'll never get away with this, you ugly sticky witch. Alright. What exactly will you do, dwarf? There's nobody to save you here. You're wrong, Banshee. We've come to take... Oh, so they put me right in the middle of the combat, but there's someone else here. Okay. Look at that matching set. That's gorgeous. Why did they make me charge? Alright. I'm always up for automated quest completions. Speak with Qyune at Untitled Chapter in Eastern Plaguelands. Will do. So that's 1 of 4 knocked out. Okay, that is a wall, so we'll see if we can find a way out of here. Alright, so we need 12 more stinking skulls. We need 8. Oh, we do need this. Oh, we didn't burn the corpses. Ah, not reading the quest again. Yeah, it's already despawned. Okay. So, I'm going to try to work my way down here. And I can already feel my my contacts wanting to dry out. So I might have to start going to glasses when I stream. Because I have the vision of a bat. And look at me, I'm still not burning the bodies, damn it. Let's go ahead and burn that. Oh, you're not going? You'll be right back watching the video? Okay. I think just need to kill a few of these. Speak to Qyune. And then, okay, so just keep killing these guys. Give me 1 second. I'm still kind of curious why my contacts are bothering me already. And I think the house is heating up. So I'm going to break the cardinal rule and step away for a really quick second in the middle of nowhere. And check that temperature real quick. So give some a heal. And I will be right back. Okay. Back in business. Oh, gotta burn the body. I did burn, okay. So it looks like the more humanoid looking ghouls are the ones that drop the skull, so. See, I'm getting tossed around like a rag doll. And my quest item is here. So we should probably go... Alright, the skulls are everywhere. These guys are also everywhere. So it really doesn't matter where we go. I think... Oh, I got a curse. What is it? Intellect reduced. It's okay. I don't even use intellect. Let's go... You know what? That'd be good. We'll work our way toward this quest. And kill everything along the way. I don't need anything from those guys, so we'll just keep going this way. I don't know why I used Bestial Wrath. That was a little bit overkill. That's something I need to start working on too, is when I do get in trouble, I'm saving, you know, I'm working my way down to like 50% and then still getting hit, and I still haven't blown all my cooldowns, so I think that's something I need to kind of work on a little bit better, because there's no point in having cooldowns if you're not using them to keep yourself alive. And I think we freed the people from the cannibal circles, if I remember right. Yep. So you're free. Alright. And we need to go west. I haven't had a quest or reason to go into this. I'm going to call it Ziggurat. I might be wrong, but I don't have a reason to go into the Ziggurat except for maybe a rare spawn, which it doesn't look like there is one. So we'll just continue as we were. And yeah, we don't need to burn that. So we're still going west, actually. We need 6 more heads. So that's progressing pretty nicely. Maybe we'll have most of this stuff complete by the time we get to that questing spot. Hey Sam. So, brief little pause here. Hey buddy, this is the little kitten that's named after Sam. Hey bud, look at that. I think you can see him. Yep. This cat's 19 years old. Hey bud, there you go. So that's why pretty much all my pets are named Sam. Just 'cause he's around. Alright, so we don't really need to kill that. We do need to go this way though. I think we just need to kill, yeah, burn one more of these. And go ahead and burn this corpse. And let's go ahead and kill. Maybe I shouldn't mess with the gargoyles too much, just because we might have a quest that requires us to kill him. That is a long curse. I think yeah, it's like a 10-minute curse. Alright, so let's go. What's this? Oh, that's where we need to go. Okay. Just making sure I'm not running into a faction area. Alright, so we will talk to this person. Turn this in. And counter plague research. Obtain 20 rot berries, 5 disembodied arms, 1 pile of flesh. Okay. And then speak with Augustus in the touched Terradale. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on collecting all this stuff. Just because that guy is near the cave over there, and I don't want to grab the quest and then I need to proceed through the cave and still have all these quests to do behind me, so we will go ahead and kill this guy. I want to say what we'll do is we'll knock out. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and finish this zone. I think at this point we're pretty much committed to that line of thought anyway. So I think I need to find some berries somewhere though. That guy is sneaking up behind me. Get Sam healed up. And let me see. Oh, there it is. I think no, I didn't see it. Never mind. I wanted to see it, but I didn't. Let's go ahead and clear that since we have mobs flying through land. Alright, so what we need to do is there's supposed to be, is it berries? Yeah, 20 rot berries are supposed to be in the area. So I wonder if I'm... Okay, so it doesn't drop from them. Hidden stash. Oh wow, that's a lot of bags. All right, let's open these up. Uh-oh, I got a bow. Ooh, look at the damage increase from that. Nice. Requires level 40. I'll take that. Oh yeah, nice. So, glad I looked in there. Male headpiece. Nice. Hidden stash. Let's go ahead and open all these. Free up some backspace a little bit. Just trying to be careful not to click on any green items. I probably should have sold everything and then opened bags just because I don't want to potentially put on a green item and put myself out of commission. So let's go ahead and sell everything now that we're talking about it. Yeah, that's a cloth piece. Oh, it's been a good bow, but we're going to take this. It hits a little bit faster, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Okay, so go ahead and repair and then move on to the... I'm really confused as to where these berries are supposed to be. Like, are they super tiny and they're on the ground and I'm just not seeing them? Or do I need to read the quest? Might. Oh no, I see them. So that's what they look like. Got it. Oh, and you get 6 at a time, so that's why they're not everywhere. Gotcha, gotcha. I think the berries are only over here, so let's clean up this area first, and then we'll move our way back so that we can hit the turn-ins. There's some berries right there. And those are not berries, so. Well, I thought there was berries there. 90% sure I saw them. Fine. Fine. Alright, I did see those. So hopefully the next batch has 7. Yep, there we go. Nice. Perfect. Okay. So this curse ought to be dropping off. Nope, keeps getting reapplied, so it's another 6 minutes. We need spirits freed. Alright, so we still need to kill these, I guess they're ghouls? Alright, so let's work our way around. See if we can find some more ghouls. I think there's some on the other side of the road here. Because this stuff looks more like bats and dogs, and something was something was over there, I thought. But anyway, let's go ahead and head in this direction and see if we can find some more ghouls to kill. That way we can free up, I think it's 3 more, yeah, 3 more spirits. I don't think the cursed mages generate a spirit, but we'll go ahead and grab that since we're over this way. And we have a giant foot, so okay, I see what's going on. So they're trying to regenerate a massive thing. If we grab the foot, let's see, do we have a clear area to run if need be? Yeah, looks pretty good. So we're gonna open this and we're running. Alright, well, that was a little anticlimactic, but I'll settle for it. Ooh, highest crit so far, I think. 1046. So the unfortunate thing about this gray bow is it hits faster. So that means I think that means that its individual shots are going to hit for less, and I don't know if that includes its includes my Cobra shot. So I do need to be careful of that. There's 5 disembodied arms. So I don't know if I'm supposed to try to pull one off these big corpses or what the plan is. So what we'll do is we'll get this guy off and heal up Sam, And then investigate this a little bit. So that's really weird. I'm gonna have to read the quest. Let's see. I need to resupply a few reagents. I guess I'll start from the top. Once worked for the so-called Banshee Queen. Sylvana assassinate. Admire her. She's not herself anymore. I broke my house. I need to resupply. Okay, so there's not really instructions on how or what these things are supposed to look like or where they're coming from. I assumed that it was on that. You just picked it off the body, but I might be wrong. And it looks like I'm right on the edge of the quest zone, so maybe not in the right area. Like, are the arms in the trees or something, or what? So we'll shoot him. I also could be following up behind someone who just did the quest, and the items may despawn after being picked up. So I'll at least try to stay in the correct area. But I feel like, you know, it should be like there's an arm right here. Why can't I have that? Alright, so these guys don't drop it. It wasn't on that. Set the map here. Disembodied arm. So maybe there's like one here. Or there should be one. And it's not working out, so I'll go to the other quest area. I need to free a couple of spirits anyway, so that's fine. No big deal. Two more spirits. The goals have been a little bit more sparse than I had initially thought. Let's see, overstuffed golems. Killed enough of those to last a small lifetime, but go ahead and add to it. Oh, there we go. There's a golem. Or ghoul, should I say. Talk to this guy, set him free, and then let's see. Let my eyes rest. Maybe blink. I might have to make an add-on to remind myself to blink. Let's see. So we need to get him out the way. And then is there an arm in here maybe? That's supposed to be the arms, right? Yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so the boot was massive. So I kind of expected the arms to be the same way, but that's not the case. Then what do we need to do to find 5 arms? Huh. I wonder if it's inside these cigarettes? Doesn't seem like it. So maybe the arms are just kind of randomly on the ground somewhere. Not sure why this is not as intuitive as it should be. But we'll take a peek up here. I don't know why I'm sitting up in my seat to take a peek, but I am. Yeah, I don't know where. It's one of the few times where I read the quest and it didn't help. So I'm also kind of looking for one last ghoul to kill, but primarily kind of concerned with figuring out where in the world these arms are supposed to be. Like, is there another quest spot? Okay, so there's a ghoul behind there. So there, that'll wrap up this quest. Loot him and take care of this guy. Set his spirit free. Okay. Alright, so let's figure this out. The arms, we need 5 disembodied arms. Okay, he's killing that. Necromancer doesn't have it. Would the arm be in here? Doesn't look like it. So let me see. I'm going to search and look at the table closely. There's nothing to really click on. I wonder if we're supposed to maybe pull off one of his arms. He's got 3. He doesn't need that third one. So there's something to click on here. Did they give us a saw maybe? No? Alright, so. Yeah, it wouldn't be the overstuffed guys, because if it was, I think the indication on the map would be different. So there's something definitely specific to here. So we'll go back where we just came from, so that way if there was something that's supposed to spawn, maybe it's spawned by now. I'm really hoping Blizzard decides to... Alright, so there it is. I did see it before. Okay. Wow, look at that. That's almost impossible to see. You can see it from... I saw it from a distance because it had that glow around it, but... Holy crap. That's, maybe that quest wasn't updated from, before Cataclysm, because that's kind of how everything was back then. So we have one here and one back there. So it seems to be only that little highlight features only working from a distance. Ooh, rare spawn or respawn, and I lost it. There it is. Alright, so now that I understand what I'm looking for, this should be quick. Should be. I just need 2 more. I think that's what I saw way back over there when I was running toward this zone and it disappeared. But it doesn't matter too much now. Let's see. Yep, there's one. We'll go for that one. Is there another one maybe? So just playing super conservative, because this zone has been the most dangerous by far. And let's see, we want to find one more arm somewhere, and I think it's going to be in this direction as indicated by the map. That's a squirrel. Let's see. There we go. Last arm right there. So just to kind of give you a perspective. Alright, so look at these arms. This tiny little arm right there. We needed 5 of them. But we also needed a boot. A leg. And that was that monstrosity. So if you're just joining, I've spent the past 5 or 10 minutes trying to figure out if I'm supposed to take an arm off these guys, but so I'm kind of curious what this guy's going to create by the time he's done. So we're going to head back to the flight path. You know what? No, we're going to finish this quest back there, because that's probably going to lead us toward the flight path anyway. So we'll shoot across here. Twyla, what server are you on? My mains are on Khadgar and Ilaria, because they share a server. But I'm doing the challenge on Dalaran, I think. Yeah, Dalaran. Yeah, Tiffany, I remember that area is very hard to see. Yes, I think the last time I was here was before the Cataclysm event, and they've touched it up a little bit. It's a little bit more manageable than it was, because I think like there was a nasty little purplish haze throughout the whole area when I was leveling. They did clear that up, but yeah, this area in general, there's just a mob behind every mushroom tree. Mushroom/tree. So yeah, it's kind of just keeping an eye out and keeping your head on a swivel. But yeah, Twilight, the reason I decided to do it on this server is, one, it's kind of a fresh start, so it kind of forces me not to have a main and whatnot on the server. But the other thing is I have those other 2 servers full anyway, so I'm kind of hoping Blizzard implements some sort of increased total character cap. Look at that, we got the achievement. We did it without dying. Yeah, some sort of total character cap, because I kind of just, I'm one of those people that enjoys leveling more than anything else. I do play a little bit of in-game, but it's very mild. But you know, maybe if they implement it in such a way that you know, maybe you use 1 token per increased character slot, I think that would work out fairly well. Because at this point in time, every time I create a character, I have to delete one, and yeah, it's getting harder and harder to do by the as the expansion goes along. Especially when they revamp the old world, sometimes you just kind of want to go back and check and see what things are different, what things have changed, such as doing the Ironman challenge and stuff like that. Let's see, what do we need here? 3 corpse beasts destroyed. Okay. So maybe... Alright, place the Argent Light Well, which remains for 1:50, or 1.5 minutes. You may not place Argent Light Wells within 10 yards of one another. Okay, so what? Maybe I should read the quest before I get into this. To the south, let's call this gutless cultists are focused on a grim task. The reanimating. It's still early in the morning, so this is why I can't read. We're going to blame that. The reanimating enormous hunks of flesh to create giants known as corpse beasts. Luckily for you, I'm going to send you on this adventure. Take this charm. Using it will place a font of holy energy on the ground. If you can manage to place 3 of them near one of the corpse beasts that the cultists have reanimated, the holy energy should overload it and destroy it. Okay, so we have to put 3 around it. Here we go. This guy's got 5 around him. I think the primary advantage of working in the Plaguelands that I've had versus other zones is that you really don't have to worry about a faction zone or a faction area, just because if you run across anything like that, I guess we're just going to do a triangle here. 10 yards, so that's more than 10 yards evidently. If you run across another faction, that's just a instant one shot. So that's one. I did not want to do that. And then let's see. Once we've knocked this out, we'll head over toward the cave. I think that's in the west direction, and turn these in. Heal Sam before he bites the dust. Poor Sam's died in this zone. If not 10 times, then 20. Alright, so right while there, we'll make a nice little triangle. And boom. Ah, that's disappointing. Okay, too far. So let's see if we can somehow get, there we go, right in the middle. Need to work on my geometry skills, evidently. Thanks, Tiffany. Have fun. So let's see. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of inclined to head toward Failwood after this. The Eastern Kingdoms tends to have more zones that have established faction-based areas. So, alright, so this one I want to pull back a little bit so that I can pull the other ones closer. So we're doing some sort of trifecta of destroying here. Alright, we'll turn that in up here. So yeah, Fellwood should be the next area, I think. And once again, I think how am I? I'm almost 2 hours into the stream and my eyes are already watering. So hopefully I'll just sit here and consciously blink. But we'll turn in this quest. Head west. I'm assuming since we got the Eastern Plaguelands achievement, this stuff is wrapping itself up pretty quick. So hopefully we don't have any follow-up quests where we have to drive an avatar or... And done. So is there follow-up for you? No. So we just go west, young man. Alright, so let's see. Running that. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what this guy is going to create. If size is a indication of anything, I just expect a boot with 5 arms on it. And 20 other stuff, whatever that was. Maybe we'll just stick that in the boot. Yeah. Oh, look at that. 47 guys. I think we might hit 50 today. That's going to be pretty cool if we do. Alright, so we're heading toward the cave. Which, if you've heard me before, is one of my... Alright, what's that building? Yeah, we got to be careful of stuff like this. Caves inside buildings and whatnot. I think this is where your advantage as a hunter quickly disappears because you're put into close quarters combat. Oh, there you are. Augustus the Touched. Alright. There's... okay. There's no objective. I don't know if that's a bug. Okay. Alright. Killed 9 plague swine. And then the recipe book. Okay, I got this recipe book from the inn. And this dude's just gonna stare at me. So let's do that. Let's head to the inn. Play it a little safe. This is the inn, right? So if there was something in there, that guy probably... Nope. We both mistook the inn. This is the inn, I think. And okay, so we just need to kill them, not necessarily loot anything off of them. So sometimes the bad result of too many people in the same quest zone is that if any of those people do a certain type of thing, say loot an item, that item can spawn a mob, and if you have 3 people in there, you can spawn 3 mobs, and then those other 2 guys disappear and you're stuck with 3 mobs. Alright, so we got a book. Alrighty. Works for me. Let's go kill some pigs. Twilight, do you ever RP on WoW? You know, I've played the game however long it's been out. I guess that's what, 12 years now? And I've never actually done that. I've wanted to a few times, but 1, I don't really know how. And 2, the way I think I would, seems like it would be really addicting. Like you would get super attached to your character would have its own persona, and you would, I don't know, it would just be a little bit more addicting because you had more personality tied to your character. I think that's one of the great things Warcraft had for it back in the days of vanilla and the Burning Crusade, and maybe even the Lich King. But it's still a good game. It's just the focus, the playstyle has changed. You know, we've gone from being the slayer of pigs for whoever's farm to, you know, killing a Lich King. So the whole private story kind of has worked its way out. You know what I mean? Like, I guess if I RP'd, it would maybe just stay in vanilla or something, because it's kind of like, how do you RP as a hero? And then again, I could be completely way off, because that was just my impersonation of what RPing is. Like I said, that's all I've thought of it, and I've never actually done it. Alright, so we got these 2 quests done. We'll turn these bad boys in. And let's see, a fate worse than butchery. Alright, and they're done. And that looks like we're going to get on a flight path and head back to Qyune, since we rode her caravan all across this place. And I'll check the map once I'm flying in the air. There's no point in killing myself trying to figure out where I'm going to go or how I'm going to get there. Alright, so like I said, we'll jump on this flight path and then we'll figure out what we're doing and where we're going as we head over to Untitled Chapter. Alright, so we hit 47. We came into the zone at 40, I think, and then the quest lines carried us to 47. Now, for those who weren't possibly here earlier, Eastern Kingdom has a lot of faction-based camps in it. One, the Blasted Lands has a huge horde base. The Badlands have a pretty big horde outpost. I said Badlands and I pointed over here. Badlands. I kind of wanted to go to the Badlands to be able to get a white level gun, but I've spent so much time trying to chase down this gun. Previously, I went from Darnassus to Booty Bay. Coming to find out, you can't get the gun unless you have some sort of Bud Admiral rep, because the vendor's on the pirate ship. So that was 40 minutes of just pure exploration. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to abandon that gun for now. Maybe, depending on how you guys feel as far as alts and other people sending themselves stuff, maybe other people could just use their main and go buy the gun and mail it to themselves. I think that kind of takes the challenge out of it, but that's just purely my opinion. So all that being said, I think we're going to head to Kalimdor and pick it back up in Felwood, and then that's probably going to carry us to Winter Spring, which will maybe get us to Ungoro Crater. Was that Winter Spring? Yeah, Winter Spring is 50 to 55, so is Ungoro Crater, and then maybe Silithus, who knows. Primary focus for today is 50, so let's do that. Fiona's here. Journey's in. Alright, here is an item you cannot use. And let's go ahead and, not to be rude, but we are going to vendor that right in front of her. Alright, we got shoulders here. Might go for a different transmog since I have the bag space. Spent 48 gold this morning on my bag space, so hopefully that's cloth. I'll get rid of that, that, and this bone dust. So I don't think I need that. I hope I don't now. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and open these up. So for whatever reason, I still haven't figured it out myself. We're working on a gray transmog. Oh, those don't even match. Okay. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're just going to go back to Felwood. So, let's see. Is there a quicker way to get from here to... Huh. That is a long ass flight. is we're gonna have to go. If I understand this right, we're going to fly from all the way from the eastern flagglands to Stormwind, take a boat over to Darnassus, then fly over to Darkshore, run into Ashenvale, and then back up into Felwood. Wow, god damn. Let's get started, I guess. So, to Stormwind we go. I'm just trying to make sure maybe I'm not missing something. Where's my Hearthstone go to? Lights Hope. Alright, that's nice. Yep, we are flying. Here we go. So, alright, so while we're flying, I think maybe the easiest thing is kind of run through the rules real quick for those who are not familiar. Let me see if I can. Did I have that written down? I should be able to just do it from memory at this point, but let me see. We'll put it up here. Alright, so rules going into this is for the Ironman challenge to successfully complete it. No dying, obviously. If your character does die, they kind of have a I forget the word for it, but they kind of have a different challenge. It changes from Ironman to Tin Man, and I don't know if there's a death cap on that as well. But I know if you do die on your Ironman challenge, you can go into the Tin Man challenge. But no dying, no gear above white quality, no gear enchants, no talents, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no hellstones, no joining groups, no joining raids, no entering dungeons or raids, no food buffs, no XP boosting activity. That includes recruit a friend, your monk racial, and even the potions, which would kind of kill two rules with one stone, given the fact that it's a potion. No leveling through pet battles, no shoes, no shirt, no service, no bodyguards. That refers to warlords of Draenor as well as Legion. Some of your bodyguards can actually, some of your followers can be bodyguards, so none of that. And then no professions except first aid. I haven't done first aid myself, but that is one you're allowed to do. I think that's fair, just because a lot of classes have kind of a self-healing. Hunters have the exhilaration, warlocks have their hellstones, rogues have that vial that they take that heals them over 30 seconds, so that's fair. Let's see, as far as that goes, someone asked me the other day, and I don't know how many people were here when it was asked, but can you be gifted white or gray items? And my initial answer to him was no. But I think in general that's going to really depend on person to person, or from person to person, because there's really no good way to track it. So for example, say when Asmongold did his challenge, or another streamer does their challenge, sometimes they get what's called fan mail, and they'll have a bunch of items in the bank, whether that are in the mail, whether it's gold, whether it's grays and stuff like that. And so immediately you want to say, hey, that's not fair. Why are they allowed to have that? Which is understandable, and it's kind of the same opinion I have, which is just purely an opinion. However, for people who don't stream, say for example, I was doing this off stream and I had a main on Dalaran, there's nothing within the challenge that can confirm whether or not you went out and you did or you did not go to a vendor on your main, buy all the white gear, and then mail it to your character. point, maybe an example being is the BKP gun, where I wasted maybe 40-45 minutes trying to get it. The lowest level that you can operate the gun in is 31, but the vendor for it is one, someone you need blood cell rep with, and two, the other vendor is in the Badlands, and I think there's quite a few other vendors, but they're equally difficult, if not impossible, to get to those. So you know, if you see a guy maybe level 31 running around with that gun, you know, it would raise questions, but at the same time it wouldn't disqualify them. So the revamped answer, I should say, is that yes, you're allowed. I don't think there's any way they have of really checking to see if a white or gray item's been gifted to you, or if you've been given an X amount of gold. You know, if you're 15 and you have 30,000 gold, maybe you were previously a bank alt or something, but for the most part, I think there's just really no way to check it. So I don't think it's necessarily against the rules. I just don't do it. I think the last time I got gear, I got this gray bow maybe about 30 minutes, 45 minutes ago, but the rest of the stuff's just been vendor stuff that I bought back in, I want to say, where did I buy this stuff? Tornaris? Not Tornaris, Desolus. But yeah, that was a long and pointless answer to a question that wasn't asked today, but I did want to kind of go back and revisit that question, because I felt like I could maybe answer it better this time around. So we've gone over the rules, we've gone over the revamped answer, and we are only at Ironforge. So let's see, we've been doing the stream for about 2 hours now, so I think this would be a good time to take maybe a 5-minute break. You say 5 minutes good? And we'll come right back and pick up where we left off, and which will be I might work on getting the guy over there behind the scenes, but we're gonna do a 5-minute break, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Oh, that's the chair, okay. So it looks like I just missed the boat. So you guys are just in time to see another loading screen once the boat comes. So while we are waiting, let's see, what can we go over here? Now, is everyone watching? Are you guys actively playing now or playing on a private server? What's has anyone ever attempted the Ironman? Actually, let's start with that. I know this is, for me, this is my first attempt. Kind of been surprised at the fact that it's gotten as far as it did. I did want to, you know, first time I did it, I wanted to kind of stream it and see how it went, and you know, maybe kind of start my stream that way, and just see what is out there to what else we can do as well. I know there's the Ironman challenge, the pacifist, and a couple other challenges out there, but actually oh no, boat's here. You know what? I don't know what the pacifist does. It's that one. I think that one is simply urban mining. There's a guy named Double Agent who's actually managed to mine and herb his way up to level 110, which is absolutely insane. That's an incredible amount of dedication as well as time. So kudos to that guy. Hoping maybe, I wonder if there's a gear vendor in here somewhere. Maybe we can happen across something decent. Looks like it's just drinks, which kind of have to be careful with the drinks too, because I don't know if being drunk, if that's some sort of disqualifiable buff, debuff, whatever you want to call that. But let's see. I think in the 12, 13 years, whatever it's been of playing, I think this is the first time I've actually gone into the ship and looked around. So that's one of the reasons I've kind of started this challenge, is that, you know, as the progressions have come out, I've kind of just went along with the progressions and never really leveled in a traditional way again. It's always been a you know, either, I think the most recent way I've leveled is through the Legion events when Azeroth was being invaded before the Legion patch expansion came out. I'll turn that off. Before that, maybe I killed rare spawns, but never really went back and quested and kind of took my time, because with the BOA gear, you level so much faster. You progress through the storyline so much faster than you level with the mobs. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Your progression through the story does not match your progression in leveling with the mobs. So you level so much faster that it doesn't benefit you to kind of follow the story, which really leads me to hoping that one day Blizzard will go back and make all these zones similar to the Legion zone, where you stay with the storyline, because I think if you can stay with the storyline, the game is so much better. Because that's one of the reasons I don't know a lot of lore. I would definitely think this game would be much more enjoyable if I knew a lot of the characters on a named basis, but to me it's purely the gameplay that's fun for me. But I think if you understand the characters and their background and who's died and who you know, you lost contact with as far as the quest and the lore, it'd make the game much more engaging. It would make events where you know, when you lose characters, I don't think it's a spoiler at this point to say that King Varian dies in Legion. So, you know, to me, that doesn't mean you know, it doesn't mean anything because it's a game, but it doesn't mean anything also because you know, I've used my character to turn in a quest to King Varian, what, once, twice? And you know, if you don't have any ties to the character or emotional interest, I think I don't know, you're kind of missing a lot. And I feel like I'm one of those people who just come in, the gameplay is fun, and you know, that's it. So they've done well on that front, but I just think if you know, you can, I consider myself casual to an extent. You know, I do have a lot of 110s. I have a decent amount of gold, but you know, my gameplay is that I don't want to, you know, set aside 4 or 5 hours every night to, you know, progress through a boss. I'm just not that type of player. So I do consider myself pretty casual, and I think most people are like that, where they just want to come in and lose themselves in the world a little bit. So if they can do that, and if it's easier for them to, you know, stay in Darkshore, for example, and finish the line of the storyline and see how it progresses and takes you into new characters going into the next world, I think that would help the whole questing experience that much more. So I know that was a little bit long-winded, but that is my opinion anyway. And we are going to land in Ashenvale here pretty soon. So once in Ashenvale, this is going to be our entry point into Felwood. So this isn't too bad. We're pretty close. Once we work our way into there, I know we need to immediately kind of keep an eye out for the horde camp. So this one looks neutral, and then of course your alliance one here, and then this cave up here. I think it's right around here or here. Takes you up into Wintergrass. So that'll be a nice easy transition from one zone to the next. But going back to the horde camps, I know there's one along the outside of the wall. Along the outside or outside of it. I don't know how it goes, if it's up here or not, but that's one of the main things I want to stay away from. I don't know if there might not be any, there might even not even be any guards over there, so let's see, heading back to Ashenvale, and I know there's a horde camp here, so we'll just, I think I flew to Ashtanar or Stardust. We'll find out in a minute. Astronaut, okay. All right. So, here we go. Continuing the journey. 47. The goal today is to hit 50. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out in combination of timing and whatnot, and people waking up at my place. So hopefully, once we start getting settled into Felwood questing, we can get there pretty quick. I think hands down my favorite music in the game is the Ashenvale music in the background. Speaking of that, if the background music's inaudible, or if you guys can hear it fine, or if it's too loud, let me know. I'm trying to find that magic medium where the background music and my voice aren't, one's not without the other, but they're also not competing at almost the same decibel level. So let's fix that. All right. I'm wondering if with this going to... I'll try not to tell too many spoilers. I'm just wondering, maybe in the future, if there's not a potential revamping of Azeroth once again, like they did in Cataclysm. I think I think that would be a pretty nice way to introduce the adjusting leveling zones. That was our turn back there, so let's go to Fellwood. Alright, let's kind of keep our eyes open, because I haven't been here for quite some time, and so I don't know what's new, what's not, and if there's any traps waiting on us. Twyla, I like the Burning Crusade theme of the Highborn. Yes, I don't know what it is, but the Elven music in general tends to be what I gravitate toward. I don't know, it just has a nice melody to it. Very easy listening to in the background. Alright, what level are these guys? 23, we're alright. The other zones, for the most part, I want to say maybe from Wrath until now, I generally play with no music in the background, but that's typically because I have something else playing, or I have a YouTube video going up somewhere else, or whatever. But no, definitely the Elven music in general is something I enjoy the most. Alright, so these guys are still 23. We're still in, I guess, what's considered Ashenvale. Let's see. Did you know that the Regiment of the Highborn is Savannah? I did not know that. So does that play when you're in the Undercity near, or is, how does that work out? So I don't even know if the Undead have a theme song, or if it's just kind of like backdrop humming music. Alright, so 44. Paul Wolf. Let me see. Let's go ahead and pick up the fight path so we don't have to do that run again. How it plays if you turn in the quest. As you know, speaking of running, and I'm kind of curious what those that are watching, what their opinion is on flying, not flying, and everything there within. I feel like that topic might be similar to a political discussion or a religious one, but I am kind of curious what people in general think about flying versus no flying. I have my own, but I kind of want to hear what everyone else kind of thinks. When she plays it, all people in Undercity go and... Oh, that's neat. Huh. Maybe I'll make an undead on my second attempt. Alright, we'll complete that quest. Roombo demands justice, and he also demands honey. So, let's go get Roombo some justice and honey. I don't know why I dismounted to turn that in, though. Alright, so let's see. Oh, alright, so, yep, you gotta jump off to get the bees off, gotcha. So we're just going to sit here and jump like this. This is going to be a little bit longer of a quest because sitting here jumping. I wonder if running, this has a, looks like it's on you for 10 seconds. It takes off about 10%, so I don't know if there's a certain number of jumps per 10 seconds that you're supposed to do, but you don't want that to reset itself. So we need to kill 15 of these guys. So we'll go ahead and take their honey first, since that seems to be the longest. Oh, I didn't get it. Nice. Okay. Alright, so I'm 3-1 when it comes to the bees here. I think someone's probably just left the zone, it looks like. So, kind of hanging out, making sure that you don't get too many respawns. And let's go. Was there honey on that one? Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab that. 3 and 2. Three and 3. All right. Game just got interesting. Let's go ahead and clear these guys first, if I'm going to be jumping around with bees on me. Oops, made him evade. Surprisingly, that didn't aggro him. Alright, so what are we, 3 and 3? And 4 and 3. Bees are winning. Four and 4. Wow. Cutting it close for a game that has no impact. Pulling on the head. It's either a Qyune win or a tie. Ah, look at that. 6 and 4. Qyune wins. Hopefully that's indicative of the Ironman challenge. So we have what is that? Oh, that's my dire beast. Okay. So I guess your dire beasts change per the zone you're in. I've just now noticed that, actually. That's kind of neat. Alright, so I activated Bestial Wrath for some reason, so we'll just go ahead and walk through the rest of these. Silence the healing wave. And done. So, we have honey and justice for Roombo. Do a silly dance for Roombo. I guess, was that what I was doing? I guess I gotta do the dance now. Okay. Roomba was a little bit smaller than I thought. Maybe it wouldn't be that way if I read the quest though. Alright, so that's turned in. Not gonna do a daily. I don't know if that's against the rules or not. I guess it wouldn't matter as long as you're not using the gear from it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and finish these up here. But yeah, kind of going back to the flying we were talking about earlier. To me, it kind of comes down to, do we need to kill that? No. Kind of comes down to what you focus on as far as the game goes. Like for me, flying would be game breaking if the game was, if the game was similar to old style vanilla, whenever it originally came out. The reason I say that is because it makes the game a lot smaller, and at that time there was a lot less to do in the game. So, you know, running from, I guess, point A to point B, it would take you, damn, I mean, it took us just flying, and even that was kind of an ordeal back when Warcraft initially came out. But so if we ran from where we were in the Eastern Plaguelands and we had to run towards Stormwind and then get on a boat, and then we had to run the whole way from Darkshore to Felwood, you know, that would have easily been 40 minutes. But if that's the only content that was in the game, you know, maybe that's a little bit understandable because it makes the world a little bit bigger. And yeah, it's largely inconvenient if you have the mindset that that you have a lot to do. So for example, on the other side of the coin, if you go to, I want to say we need to go across here. Say if we were in Legion and all we could do was run, there's no way, you know, we would be able to, on a consistent basis, complete all of the world quests and have time to do the other stuff. You know, and we're including that there's no looking for group tool. You know, we're all running to the dungeon. So I think adding flying and the automatic queue is good for what the game is currently. If you're kind of looking for immersement, if that's a word, it's not as good. So I guess flying is going to really just depend, or your point of view of flying is just really going to depend on maybe your point of view of what's important in the game. You know, is it completing activities, or is it more or less immersion and, you know, kind of losing yourself in the game and developing a character. I am killing bears for no reason. I thought this was going to lead us into there. Where are you in Felwood? Pugsy, thank you, sir. Welcome aboard. Let's see. I want to say, where am I actually? That's a good question. I'm at the very entrance, so I'm a little west of Emerald Sanctuary. But let's see, but yeah, sorry, I messed up my buttons there. Yeah, going back to the flying though, I think flying works for the game as it is. If there was less to do and the rewards were more significant for the time that you did invest, you know, for example, if you had 4 world quests and you the reward was a piece of equipment to upgrade your gear no matter what level it was, then yeah, I think maybe on that scale of reasoning, all right, we're getting into the difficult territory. On that scale of reasoning, I think, you know, you might have a case for flying. All right, so we're not going to mess with these guys. I don't think, there's just way too many. How in the world are we supposed to get into that zone? All right, so let's go back. We are going to try to. Do I have Legion flying? I do. It was pretty easy for me to get just because it was part of my natural gameplay. You know, I had already knocked out the series of quests and whatnot. If I had leveled up via invasions or some other means. Alright. Why is this difficult? I'm going to point straight this direction. Okay, so I have flying, and I think they tried to build it around at least character development, maybe even going through the storyline and kind of provoke people to experience the whole zones and treat the game as a little bit as it used to be and explore it all, see the quests, or do all the quests, complete the quests. But yeah, I don't think it's, as the game is now, I don't think it's necessarily game breaking. It does make life a lot easier. I do think though that they should maybe modify it. I think if they, so for example, let's say you're doing, hey Sam, you're doing Operation Murloc Freedom, that quest where you kill Murlocs over there in Azuna. If you have the group tool finder and you're on maybe prime time, the one thing I don't care for that quest is that rather than having 20 people on the ground fighting each other and just having absolute mayhem, you instead have no mobs on the ground and 20, 30, 40 people flying around in the air, unwilling to get in PvP combat, which is completely understandable for people who don't enjoy that type of content, PvP being that content. But I think if they could maybe take the I dare say the flying out of that, or at least time it. You know, you can only fly for 3 minutes before you have to rest for another 3 minutes. If you could do something along that lines, maybe some sort of balance, I think that would help that area, because that zone kind of turns into a bottleneck of people flying. And of course, when you have an ult and he has a 1.5 million health, and there's a tank down there waiting for you with 10 million health, sure, of course you don't want to jump down there. Let's see, how many 110s do I have? So I did the Legion Invasions XP boost the quest that you complete, or the experience you get from completing a quest in the Legion invasion's massive. So that being said, I have 23 at the moment, and that's pretty much why I've decided to. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. This is why I keep looking down. This is Sam, named after my cat. Yep, 19 years old. So yeah, that's why I'm on Dalaran for this Ironman challenge, because I literally have no more room on my server. One second. All right, and what we'll do is complete this. Turn this in. What about you, Pugsy? How many 110s do you have? And thank you for the subscription and like, by the way. Alrighty, so let's see. Speak with the Arcanist Delaris. No problem. So we'll head up there and see what she wants. You know what? I think there is a small horde outpost of goblins, I think. I don't know if I've actually been out here or I saw someone playing the game out here, but I want to say I saw a little goblin zone up north. I can't remember that one though. What is the Ironman challenge? Okay. Let's see. In Twyla, hey, can I watch if I? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you don't interfere, because I think you have to have a certain kill percentage, and if you mess that up, you can get flagged pretty quick. But to answer Pugsy, what is the Ironman challenge? All right, so you have a bunch of rules that are really simple. Actually, it's just like, is there anything that makes leveling convenient? Perfect. Don't do it. And more specifically, it's don't die. So that's the number one thing. If you do die, you pretty much delete your character. Of course, you can keep it if you were wanting to, you know, pursue the 10-man challenge, which is kind of like a what? I can't remember the word for that. Consolatory reward, I think. But yeah, so it can progress into the 10-man challenge where you're allowed to die, and I don't know if there's a cap on that or not. But anyway, to say that you can't die, you also cannot have any gear higher than white quality. So you can have white gear and you can have gray gear, but you cannot wear any green or blue or epic. I haven't looked into whether or not you can use your artifact for Legion, but I thought you can. Let's see. What else? All right, so there's that. There's no potions. There's no flask. There's no food buffs. There's no Hellstones. Unless you're a warlock, you can use the Hellstone. All right, so here's MC. I don't know if we're... Are you supposed to use the bag on him while he's alive? No, can't do that yet. How about now? Oh, that was close. Alright, we did capture him. And, what else? There's a couple other big deals here. mostly that. You can't use any sort of boosting activity. You can't level via pet battles. It's just it really kind of bare bones kind of leveling. And sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't run over any respawns or anything. What else is there? I think that's it for the most part. I go over it at the beginning of the stream and then I forget it, so that's why I'm kind of laughing at myself. Let's see. Alright, so we captured the amp. We need to collect 8 batches of cursed ooze and whatnot. I've enjoyed it. As far as the Ironman challenge, I think I didn't think anyone really would. I thought it was just going to be, you know, everything's difficult, but you know, if you have the time, I would encourage anyone to do it. It's really fun. I say that and I haven't died yet, so you know, my point of view might change once if I die. If I die, I would say that. Cursed ooze killed. I guess that was the only quest from there. I have an artifact. Pugsy says I have artifact on all of my 110s. You're actually ahead of me. Even though I have 23 110s, half of them don't have their artifact weapon yet, and much less than that have all 3 relic slots unlocked. I pretty much just have it on a DK and a hunter, I think. So that's 6. We need 2 more because that would make 8. And we're back in business. So we'll go turn this in. Actually, we'll just take the path that I just took around. Now, Pugsy, have you gone into the Tomb of Sargeras yet? I've only done it on LFR. I haven't necessarily done it on normal or definitely not heroic yet. Alright, okay, you're back. Use the plasma potion at the sigil of Tichondrius. Alright, we'll do that. So it looks like we need to go... I'm not sure if it's in a cave or... on top of this hill. I guess if I read the quest I would know, huh? Well, let's see. I've added a drop of my very own essence to the ooze. Look for a glowing sigil to the west. Alright, so we're heading west. Alright, so we're just going to run up this path here and see. That was Sam saying good morning, if you guys could hear that. Where is the cave? I feel like we are going out of our way here to make this more difficult. Yes, I've done it on heroic with a few other friends. I finished on my hunter. Oh wow! So you are ahead. So when you finish it, does it sorry, I'm forgetting to blink here. When you finish it, does it change the skybox for your tune on all the continents? And does it change it for your alts as well, or how does that work? Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to use it. Oh, I am supposed to use it here. Okay. Alright, so these quests I'm generally kind of apprehensive about because it's one of those, if you mess it up, you could instantly die kind of deal. So So we're going to be careful here. Let's read through this. I drop my very own essence to the ooze. Look for a glowing sigil to the west. Okay, we did that. And stand on it. Concentrate and pour this stuff all over yourself. It should be really nice. You won't be alone. Satar being guarded by the biggest one. Okay. So I'm not sure why this circle is here unless it takes us around in a circle. So we're going to clear these guys out. Silence that. I feel like I'm missing something semi-obvious. What server do I play on my main? I play on Khadgar and Dalaran. Okay, Dalaran. Khadgar and Alaria. I'm doing the Ironman challenge on Dalaran. What I'm hoping that doesn't happen is if I go outside the bounds, I don't instantly die or something. Shift it into the Pocket Void at Shadow Ridge. Do not leave Shadow Ridge. Well, that's ominous. All right. So I want to just kind of kill these guys and... Oh, so if you kill the imp, you're alright. I want to follow the lights. Does he despawn? Yes. Alright, so killing the imps is the way to go here. So we have... This is the most unintuitive... Never mind. There he is. Okay. Alright, so claw of this guy. So that circle was definitely throwing me off. I play on Draenor, Frostbane, and Thrall. Oh wow. So you do stay busy then. How many you said you had 6 characters, I thought. Are they doubles of anything, or did you kind of just go for different classes in general? So here goes nothing. I just got 3,600 health, that's alright. Kind of keep an eye out around us. And take the claw. Turn it in here. Perfect. Alright. So slay Xavras, whatever his name is. And then slay 8 Jadefire Rogues and Shadow Stalkers. Draenor is your main realm. Is that PvE or PvP? Because I used to main on Illidan, and obviously, you know, that's PvP and very dominated by the Horde side, which I was at the time. This guy's running off, and so the world PvP wasn't too big of a deal. I could do most of what I wanted to without ever seeing an alliance, and even rarer was when one would, you know, ambush me or sneak up behind me or whatever, catch me at a weak moment. But I don't know if I could play on a balanced PvP server. it seems like everything would be slowed down to a certain extent. It's fun if you're kind of looking for that, something to give you a third element outside of just the straight PvE. But I think it just kind of goes back to a person's focus. Or, you know, do they want to just log in, get stuff done, and move on to the next event, or do they kind of want to get into the immersion and involve themselves in world PvP and stuff like that? But for me, I've kind of lost the desire to PvP. Maybe since, I would say in general, I've kind of not enjoyed PvPing since maybe Wrath. A lot of it now, especially when you start getting involved with the RNG of the looting and whatnot, and I think it's better now because you can obliterate some gear. But you know, in Diablo, RNG isn't that bad because you know, you run through and you do whatever it is you need to do in, you know, 10-15 minutes. But sometimes, you know, in the battlegrounds, people are spending upwards of 30 minutes sometimes, or 40 minutes, and I feel like the RNG, on top of the fact that you get so little for losing, despite the huge time investment, that it's really a gamble with regards to your time. You know, do you spend 40 minutes on and getting into a battleground you absolutely can't stand, and or do you take those 40 minutes and try to do a dungeon or do some more quests where you're guaranteed at least some level of loot? It might not proc to what you want, but yeah, for me, I think with the recent changes in Blizzard, PvP might change. And that's just the whole overarching look at kind of PvP in general. The gameplay itself, I don't think, it's not fun for me, again, personal opinion, it's not fun for me to not play my character. So, you know, when I join in an arena or a battleground and come across a duo where, you know, I can't play my character for 30 seconds, whether I'm being feared or I'm a sheep or I'm sapped or, you know, whatever. Slowed and other things are completely different. But alright, so there's a wall of fire here. What am I supposed to do with this? Dispel the, okay. So, you know, with all these CCing in PvP, I just don't find that fun. And the other thing is, if you compare PvP to Call of Duty or any other first-person shooter game, I think that's kind of where they were wanting to go initially. Good afternoon, Keithy. How you doing? I think I lost my thought there. So if in Call of Duty, when you die, you know, for one, the combat between two individuals is quick. You know, it's not a drawn out 30-second, 2-minute kind of thing for the most part. And then when you die, you kind of just respawn somewhere. I think where Warcraft has really lost the focus or the engagement is that, you know, that's what I want. I want a quick fight. I don't want to, you know, if I'm a DK, I don't want to chase a druid for 2 minutes or a monk or whatever. But the other thing is that if he beats me and if I die, I don't want to sit in the graveyard for another 30 seconds. So, you know, you have that, I guess, what do you want to call it, that mechanic, that controlling factor within the PvP as a whole. And, you know, they've gone in to, say, Warsong Gulch, and say you're getting farmed in the graveyard. and they were trying to figure out how to mitigate that and allow people to overcome gear disparities and gear separations differences, which is a whole separate topic. But one of the things they did is they put a wall around the graveyard to avoid graveyard farming, which is, you know, it's okay, but in my opinion, you know, maybe simply give the reser the capability of resing in 2 or 3 locations, you know, at a quick, you know, at click, almost instantaneous, and almost have your res instantaneous as well. I don't really see a benefit in a PvP ground for you know, if you died, that's your punishment, you know what I mean? It's like that you got beat. That's the effect of losing. You didn't get the honor point or whatever it was. To tack on a 30-minute wait period to sit there and jump around, that's not PvP engaging. And I know I've completely gone to a different subject entirely from Ironman, but that's just what I wanted to share as far as my opinion of the PvP in Warcraft. Is I think there's room for improvement, but as of now, I don't particularly find it enjoying. But we are now at level 48, guys. Maybe 50 today. It's we've been doing this 3 hours now, so we'll see how far we can get in the next hour. Let's see. Use $is prism to terrify 20. Okay, so where we were earlier with all those little imps, we need to go back and scare them off. To Musuf. So let's go ahead and vendor this stuff. Did we get anything as far as gear? Maybe a bow? No. Alright, so let's sell junk. And that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. Quest items. No, I want the cloth. I could use that. I might eventually get my... Oh, Pugsy, the other thing is you can't have a any professions except for first aid. So, okay, this just giving me copper. That's nice. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of saving my cloth for. I might go back and farm the initial stuff. I did save some in my bank, but I do have exhilaration, so I haven't had to use that too often. So I haven't found a tremendous need for first aid. Could have used it a couple times in maybe Western Plaguelands or Eastern Plaguelands, but Pugsy, PvP used to be fun, then Blizzard ruined it in WoD. What were the changes in WoD? Because like I said, I stopped in Wrath when I felt like the CC was a little too much. I think at that time there were any mitigating cooldowns, diminishing returns, that's the word. So, you know, if you could cyclone someone for 7 seconds, and as soon as they got back out, you could do it again. So that was a thing in Wrath, I think. We're going to use... okay. So we... Alright, so we got 2. Alright, so they're still going to hit us. We just need to be careful here. So I'm just going to spam click it. That way we get this guy here. That way we don't have to worry about... Still at 94% health, so I'm alright. Alright, so let's get out of that. we'll turn it back in and then we head north. So once again, I'm going to break the cardinal rule of the Ironman. Step away for a quick second just to check the temperature of the house, because it feels like my eyes are trying to dry out again. So give me 10 seconds. It's like right there. Okay, still the same temperature. Just been doing this for 3 hours, I guess. I think if I had to do this for, I don't know how some people are able to stream for 24 hours. That seems pretty intense. I would definitely have to wear glasses for that. One thing I have noticed is that I haven't seen any rare spawns for quite some time. They're a little less impactful when you have when you don't have BOA gear, but every little bit helps. So we're going to get a new fight path. And let's see. Slay 12, Jadenar forces. Turn this in. And then collect 8 crying violets. So let's see, where's that at? Straight across the way. So I think we need to go north a little bit and then head west. Pick up just another kill and collect, so we'll do that. I don't think I need to mess with those for any reason. So whenever I see someone out here like this, kind of immediately have to do a self-check for rare spawns and make sure you don't set yourself up to be ambushed from behind. So we just need any 12 forces, so it doesn't matter what it is, and then the flower. So you know what, I think we're going to have a follow-up quest to go into the cave, which is can be a disadvantage for a hunter in general, and a disadvantage for gameplay in general, just because you're a lot less free and you're confined, and typically the mobs are a little bit denser and harder to see around the corner, so should be alright. We survived every cave so far, so we ought to be alright. Let me see here. I can play I can play WoW all day. I can too, believe it or not. For whatever reason, I'll get up and stretch quite frequently, but yeah, I think if I can wear my glasses, I could play Warcraft way more than what would be considered healthy. Now I missed that flower over there. So Pugsy, you were saying that you have 6 tunes, I think. Are you, I guess, where's your main enjoyment of the game? Is it raiding, since you've already cleared out heroic, or is it more leveling, or just kind of everything involved? We got 2 more flowers and 3 more forces. Watch behind us a little bit. So one more flower and one more mob. We'll get that guy right there. I guess we'll also get this guy because we need to get that flower. Give Sam a quick little heal. Oh, alright, so our turn in is up here. So it looks like we're just going to clear through this anyway. Both of them, okay. So let me not get overconfident and just clear this out properly. World quest. Pugsy says world quest. Leveling, farming, transmog. Yeah, I do enjoy the transmog quite a bit. I haven't done it too much recently. It kind of comes in waves like I do with pet battling, but yeah, I do enjoy the transmog aspect of the game. The I think with the, what is it, the Marks of Honor, you can go back and get all the older PvP quests, PvP gear sets, as well as the weapon sets. So that's pretty neat. But I kind of wish you could get the former elite sets. I know that makes a lot of, generates a lot of hate on the PvP player base, but maybe if you could do the equivalency. So, you know, if you need 12 Marks of Honor to get a PvP set, maybe 120 or I don't know, 480 Marks of Honor to get an elite set. That's my another personal opinion. I just wish that all the mounts and the previous gear and stuff like that was in the game, and that seems really cool and unique. If there's just maybe a current way to also get it, would be kind of nice, but I do understand the logic of why they don't. So let's see, we need to find this moon well. I feel like this quest you should be killing named mobs. I'm gonna go back out and double check, make sure I didn't just grab one quest. When he's given like 2 or 3. Huh. Okay. Alrighty, well, I guess this is what we're doing. That's interesting. Usually if there's a named mob like that, there's a quest to kill it, but wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. So let's go ahead and use Bestial Wrath and knock this out, heal Sam up. That, if he's not the target of a kill quest, he could be the target of or he could provide a quest item, I guess, but he didn't do either one of those. So, alright, we're just gonna keep on plowing through. I haven't seen a spot to reset my hearthstone. I'm just thinking about it now, since I'm at the in the middle of the cave. If I hearth, I'm going straight to Light's Hope Chapel in the Eastern Plaguelands. Huh. We killed the minion first last time. Let's see how that goes. Not the same effect, but it still works. Pugsy says, in Old Dalaran you can buy some nice gear for gold. Really? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like the the old gear sets, right? From the early raids like Oldor and Lich King, maybe Nax Ramus. I know you can buy the Cataclysm gear sets, or most of them, or most of the sets, in Stormwind. I don't know what that equates to on the Horde side, but you can do that. Oops. Oh, you know what I'm doing wrong? The Moonwell is not in the cave, I don't think. Moonwell is right outside the cave. So not only did I kill a bunch of stuff for no reason, I've put myself in a scenario where I'm going to be walking through respawns when I come back in the cave for what's inevitably going to be the follow-up quest. So I know when I come back in contact with him, I'll probably use Bestial Wrath again because he beat up Sam pretty good. All right. I haven't had respawns out here yet, so maybe if I do this quickly, I can get back down in the cave before those repop. But normally what I found is the respawns in caves and buildings and those kind of enclosured areas typically have a faster respawn rate. Alright, yep, we are going in the cave now. And we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Extinguishing some braziers. Go ahead and, ooh, nice. Alright, so I feel like I've been here before. And here we go. I'm going to drop both Dire Beasts. And quickly give Sam a heal once it's off cooldown. Accept that. Slave Mora and someone else. So, okay, this is what we need to use it on. Works for me. And the second one's here. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Yeah, no, I think I've just actually really enjoyed the Ironman leveling experience thus far. Whether or not I'm successful at it or not, I'm definitely going to attempt it again. I'll probably do a Night Elf again just because it really saved me the 2 times I was in trouble. Both times were in the Eastern Plaguelands. Also, just for the sake of convenience, I know some people put their streams up and whatnot, and I do the same, but if you do want to go back and kind of mimic how I've gone through a zone or whatnot, I've kind of time-stamped when I've leveled, so that should be able to break up the monotony of the video. because nobody really has time to sit down for a whole set 3 hours. But with the timestamps, that should show you the key moments rather than like I said, having to sit there for 40 minutes before something significant happens. Alright, so yeah, we need to keep going deeper into the cave. I'm hoping at the end we kind of meet up with someone and say, hey, you know, good job completing this. Let's port out of here. Otherwise, it's a choice between hurting to Lighthope's Chapel or fighting our way back out the cave. Which, honestly, I almost rather fight my way back out the cave. At least I get experience that way. So we have the 4 braziers done. We have to slay Mora and Sala? And then kill about 5 more defenders. I think that's probably the biggest challenge of Ironman in general, is to simply kind of plan ahead on what you're doing. So like this right here, we have more 2700. So it doesn't matter who we hit, we just need to focus on one and blow her up. So we'll go ahead and send Sam in there. We're going to give him a heal first, BCO Wrath, and then we'll... Yeah, we're pretty much... Alright, so misdirection. I can start applying that to Sam. I'll have to macro it in that later. So we're going to blow all our cooldowns on this. So we need to focus on her and then switch to Mora. And perfect. So that's done. Complete that. And then we get Slay Lord Felden. So the big guy at the end, I think. Your Demon Hunter is... Oh, 109? Nice. I don't know when the next invasion is, but that's a very easy way of leveling as well. And pretty much a testament to why I have as many as I do. But then again, the questing in Legion has been, in my opinion, my favorite. I've Legion questing, and believe it or not, Warlords of Draenor questing. If there was something they did get right on that side of the expansion, it was the questing experience. I did enjoy that quite a bit. You know, the transition from either you could treasure hunt, you could run around from area to area picking up quests, or you could just follow the quest line, all of which was, in my opinion, pretty fun. So okay, that's not what I had in mind, but that'll work. So we'll get Sam back up. I want to kill these guys around the corner just because I don't trust them standing there. Alright, so that's our... What is that? That's our 12. Is there a reason to go down here? No. So we need to go this way. Anyway, unless there's a rare down there or something? Yeah, I don't see any reason to go down there. Okay. Pugsy says, I don't get why people didn't like Pandaria. I really enjoyed it. It was also such a beautiful place. Yeah, I actually agree with that 100% because I think the leveling in Pandaria was fun. I'll probably skip to the chase here and say that Pandaria kind of had a uphill battle from the moment Pandarians were announced they were going to be in the game. Okay, so that was Laura Felden. Now we're going for another Lord, Bane Hollow. Pandaria kind of had an unfair prejudice against it, in the sense of it was judged before it came out and was tested, just because a lot of people didn't think that the Pandaria belonged into the lore and the storyline and the style of the game that was Warcraft at the time, because at that time we were just finishing up killing a dragon, and then we're looking at fat belly pandas, and I think a lot of people just couldn't get over that that shift, which is fine, but I kind of like to go into things with a fair judgment, as much as possible. It's not always possible, but you know, when you go into the story and you listen to some of the stuff and complete the quest and whatnot, I really liked it. I thought the storyline was really nice. And then that's where your pet battling started, and I got addicted to that at that point in time. But yeah, no, in short, I did enjoy Pandaria. Nikki, there is one going on in High Mountain. Oh, okay, so there's a invasion going on in High Mountain, according to Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. All right, so okay, so I just run across the bridge over there, I think. Do I? Oh, this one, okay. This guy's got 3,600 health. That qualifies him for a little bit of bestial wrath, I think. So here we go. First, let's get Sam up to full. And 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to silence that. And done. Okay, so he's dead. And nobody came to see me and say, good job, here's a portal out. So we are going to find our way back out. But first going to explore what's over here. Nothing? Okay. So, alright, so yeah, since it's a named mob, it's probably going to spawn here pretty soon, so let's go ahead and get back up and head back out. Yeah, it's already despawned. I would simply jump down, and again, this is another disadvantage that the hunter class has in general. I know they're the easier of the courses to play, of the classes to play, but you know, something you have to be aware of too is, like, when you jump down from one level to the next, your pet doesn't always follow you. It could turn around and run the path of least resistance, meaning that it takes all the ramps and whatnot. So you know, when you have those kinds of nuances going on with different classes, I think it's kind of hard to say one's easier than the other. You kill stuff quicker, I'll give you that much, but you know, you still have to kind of plan ahead a little bit outside of your own character. You know, you kind of have to keep in mind that an extension of your character is going to be doing its own thing for a little bit. So the uphill grind begins. Let's see. Alright, so see, this is the part where it's going to get a little sketchy, because the guy here, I don't think he's, yeah, he's dead. Okay, he's still dead. kind of, you kind of have to back up and keep your head on a swivel, just so you don't back into another mob or whatnot. And keep Sam healed up. Alright, so we got Mora and Salya. I guess that's Salya. And we got all our cooldowns. So let's go ahead and, I think, who did we blow up last time? Salya? Alright, so let's do her again. And we're gonna wait for that guy to turn around. Because 2's manageable, but I think that third one would take it to a different level. And, oh shit, I healed myself. I healed myself at full health. That's fantastic. Alright, so, no, that's right, we got it. I'll heal Sam. I fat fingered the heal buttons. Just one. Give Sam a heal. Knock out the little imp first. Silence that. So we don't need to kill the vile oozes. So the plan was to get to 50 today, but I think I smell breakfast being cooked, so it may get cut short, and we may alter the goal to 49. We'll see. We'll see how the timing of everything works out. I think we've just passed the halfway point in the cave. We're gonna sneak out here, make this thing run around. So I think we're doing fairly well, actually. I was nervous that the Fellwood would be a little bit similar to Eastern Plaguelands, but it doesn't seem to be the case at all. And I'm gonna heal Sam. Might be speaking too soon since I'm still in the cave. But we're going to, should have about, I think someone else is here. Someone's dead, so that works. I'll get back and turn these 3 bad boys in and see where that gets us. And definitely try to find a new spot for our Hearthstone so we don't have to do that again. Silence that. And there we go. So what I was worried about with that guy is usually when you see people riding their mounts in your direction, there's probably 4 to 6 mobs chasing them. So you just have to. The Ironman challenge is kind of all about planning ahead. You know, whenever you see someone, what's that mean? You know, when you're going into a cave, what's that mean? Even to the point where every day before I start the stream and logging on, I reset the computer, just because when everything hinges on one death, it's just try to take as many preemptive measures as possible. I think is probably the key. I might have more tips or better advice by the time I get to the end, but as of now, I think the hardest part is probably maintaining focus too. Is, you know, the importance of not dying is so high that your focus has to be at an elevated level, more so than casual gameplay, I guess. Alright, Gretson 110. Nice. So that's what, 7 for you, right? Alright, speak to Qyune Leaf Song at Blood Venom Post. Just that way. So we're gonna sell this stuff. Ooh, we got a musket. Alright, so it's gonna go against the Warcraft lore a little bit. Not Warcraft, Night Elf lore, to use a gun, but this one has a higher frequency. Higher? No, lower frequency, meaning that it hits every 2.8 seconds as opposed to 1.8. So each time it does hit, it hits harder. I think that's going to benefit me in the long run. As far as everything else, though, that stuff I can go. So I'll sell this, all this. I'm going to keep the other bow just in case my logic doesn't pan out like I planned. But for now, we're a night elf with a hunter. Night elf with a hunter. A night elf with a bow. It's not a bow either. It's not a night elf, nor is it a bow. It's a gun. Okay, so I've been talking way too long. I guess 3.5 hours is my capacity limit. So we're gonna head north, it looks like, and turn this in. Hopefully next quest or two we'll be looking at 49, which is pretty good. I think this is only the 8th episode. Maybe it's the 8th. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Point is, it's going a lot faster than I thought it would. So this has been pretty nice. Hopefully this next post has an inn where I can bind my Hearthstone to. Not quite. Nope. That is not an inn, nor is it an outpost. So we're going to complete that. Collect 7 emerald shimmer caps. And slay 8 tainted oozes. So another kill and collect series. Both of which are in these areas. So let's go ahead and start here then. So let's see, the best path maybe be... Yeah, this way. We'll do this way. They're right there. So yeah, I think I like this gun a little bit better. Overall, it's supposedly doing less damage, but when it hits, it's more impactful. Maybe if I was paying closer attention, I would be able to kind of see if that's affecting my Cobra shot at all. But yeah, I was telling someone earlier that, you know, just because I'm doing the Ironman challenge, I've been kind of looking at and see what other people are doing and how they're progressing and whatnot. And it's neat to see, you know, other people attempting the challenge and what obstacles they're facing and how they're, what kind of tactic they're taking at it, to it. So, oh, that was quick. I already got that. So, and it seems like the most common sources of death is just maybe, not to overcomplicate it, but a little bit of mental fatigue. You know, they're either running and not really paying attention to their surroundings, or you know, they're on autopilot and they're just killing stuff to kill, or they got too close to a faction base. I think I still need 3 caps. So that's been my thing. It's just, if there's anything I'm going out of my way to try to avoid, it's the opposing faction zones. That's probably my biggest reason for switching from Eastern Kingdoms to Kalimdor, or it might be vice versa, but it's just the pure fear of being one-shotted by a level 90 for getting too close. Pathetic moron. Okay, so that. Alright, so we need two more caps. And I do not see any in this direction. I don't want to kill too many of those guys because there's a chance that a follow-up quest will have us kill them. So we'll make our way back out this way. Oh, and they respawn. Okay, well that works. Give Sam a quick heal, and we'll grab that last one over there. $49. Woo! There we go. We made it. Everything else is just extra today. So let's see. Collect kitty ear tags. Kitty's ear tags from when it's kitten. So we're going to close that because we can't do talents. You can have a spec, but you cannot have talents. What is that? Okay. Alright, well. Alright, so this right here is what worries me. You have there's really no identification. Because a horde symbol is a horde symbol, but does that mean there's horde NPCs back there, or is this, you know, what is this? So we're going to, quest has us go that way. Let me see if there's another way around. I'm not jumping the gun. So just for the off chance that I'm wrong, I'm going to go on the other side of this hill and see if... now according to the map, yeah, there's a wall that goes all the way up. So let's go this way. And let's see if we can climb that wall. Because I just do not want to get one-shotted. we're going to mount up for one in case we have to run. Blood venom, slime slave. Okay, so it looks like it's just, I think if we follow this road, we're looking at potentially hitting the horde camp, but it looks like this is going to direct us this way, and that's the kitten. Okay, so just wanted the ear tag, so I guess there's only one real way to get an ear tag off. Ear tag retrieved. Breakfast time. Okay. Alright guys, it looks like this is where we are going to end for today. Go ahead and grab the quest for next time. But what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, what's it safe? Let's at least run back to a flight path. So I'm not sure how well this actually logging out in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to log in and just get obliterated. So what we'll do is setting stuff aside here. We'll find this flight path and we'll camp out next to it, and we should be safe. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the leveling processes, watching the leveling process as much as I did doing it. We did make it to 49, so that's good. Next time we'll definitely hit 50, and then maybe make our way toward Wintergrass. We'll work our way out of here and then head toward Wintergrass, but that's a conversation for a later date. Once again, guys, thank you so much for seeing Pugsy. I do this every morning, so this is just this is something I'm trialing out for the month of July. I want to stream every morning and see how that works, and see. I might enjoy it. I just might keep doing it for a really long time, but as of now, it's every morning. So at around, I try to be on between 6 and 7 Eastern Standard Times. In the descriptions, I've kind of equated that out to what it might be in different parts of the world. So yeah, feel free to follow, and I guess we'll see you Monday. So yeah, thank you once again, and Pugsy, have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next 24 hours. Take care.